Hello everyone. Today we'll be building email validator project. It's very simple project. We'll be having one input, and suppose if we give any email, we'll be validating the same email. So for that one, we'll be using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So let's start with creating the HTML file. So initially, I'll just create HTML file. I'll just name it index.html. Next, I'll just create CSS file, style.css. What I'll do, I'll just go to index.html and create basic HTML template. And I'll just change the title to email validator, right? So this is one thing. Let's start with writing the HTML. So initially, I'll just make use of the h2 tag and I'll give the same name. 1 second, just delete this. I'll just copy the same thing, just paste it in within h2. So next what I'll be doing is I'll make use of the input tag, and instead of text I'll give email and ID of name, email input. Also I'll just give the placeholder enter email, right? Next, I'll just be making use of button. Within button, I'll give validate. Also, I'll make use of on-click event for the JavaScript. So I'll just give the function name validate email, right? This is one thing. Finally, I'll be making use of p tag. I'll not give anything in the p tag. I'll just make use of the ID of name result. So this is it for the HTML. Next, what we'll be doing is we'll be linking the style sheet. So just link the style sheet and give the at style.css. Also, let's start writing the CSS, right? Initially, what I need is I want to import the Poppins font. For that, I'll just open the Chrome. I'll just give search for Poppins font. I'll click on the first one, get font, embed code, import, and I'll just copy this one. 1 second. Let's just paste here. And what I'll do is initially I'll just take body. Within body, I want to make use of font family, right? I'll just copy this one and paste it over here. So next, what we'll be doing, we'll be styling for input. I'll just copy the same thing. I'll paste. I'll give type is equal to text. Sorry, this is not text. This is email. I'll just give padding of 8 pixel and width of 200 pixel. Next will be styling the button. So I'll just copy this one, button. Let's consider padding of 8 pixel. Also 16 pixel, horizontal and vertical. Also, I'll just be giving cursor pointer. So this is it for the style. And let's go to index.html. And what I have done is I have installed an extension called live server. So what this does is whatever changes we make in HTML, those changes gets directly reflected in the browser. So it will be really helpful. Instead of refreshing again and again to see the changes, you can install this extension. I'll just close this one. I'll just right click and click on open with live server. Let's wait for some time. Okay, so initially it looks like this. So using JavaScript, what we have to do is, suppose if I enter any email and I click on validate, right? So it either, if it is in the correct format, it has to give me like something like success message. So validation should be successful. Suppose it is in the wrong format, the validation, I mean, it has to give me the error message. So that is the thing. So let's start by writing the JS code. Initially what I'll do, I'll just create the JavaScript file. I'll include the JavaScript file, the HTML using script tag. Desktop JS. I'll just move the JavaScript file this side. Let's start writing the JavaScript code. Initially what we'll do, we'll make use of the JavaScript function to validate email, right? That we have considered here. I'll just copy this one, validate email. So I'll just comment over here and I'll just write JavaScript function to validate email. So I'll just make use of function and just paste this one, validate email. So first step what we'll be doing, we'll get the input value, right? What input value we'll be getting? We'll be getting the email input value. So I'll just make use of the variable name email, and for that one I'll be making use of document.getElementById, where this is coming from here, right? Email input. So I'll just copy this one, just paste it over here. Let's give value, right? This is one thing. Next, we'll what I'll do is, I'll get the regular expression to check email format. So I just have this one. I'll just copy and I'll just paste it. How I got this? Let me comment this one first. Just write regular expression to check email format. So how I got this? Just search for regex generator and search regular expression to check email format, or according to your preference. If you are validating for the password, you can check for regex to check password format, or name, anything you can check for, and you can generate the regex according to your preference. This is one thing. Next step what we'll be doing is, we'll check whether the email matches the pattern. So I'll just comment it and write the email matches the pattern. So for this one, I'll be making use of if condition email pattern email. So if it matches, right, then we'll display the success message. If it doesn't match, then we'll display the error message. That's what we'll do. So if it matches, display success message. For that, what we'll be doing, I'll just be making use of document.getElementById. So here I'll be making use of this one, p tag. So here ID I have given result. I'll just copy paste the same thing, result dot inner HTML. Just give the, it's a valid email, or I'll just give valid email. Else what we are doing, if it doesn't match, right, we'll be displaying the error message. Just comment this one. So for that one, what we'll be making use of get element by ID. Same thing, result in the HTML. We'll just give this is invalid email format or invalid. One second. Invalid email format. So this is it for the JavaScript. I'll just format it once. Here also I'll just format it once. Let's go to index.html. Right click, open with live server. So let's give some random thing and just click on validate. So it is giving us invalid email format, right? So I'll just give test at test. So let's click again. It is given invalid format. Test at testmail.com I'll give. Validate. So invalid email. One second. Invalid format it is given. And just give this one. For everything it is giving invalid format, right? Something is wrong. Let's check. So let's check where we have done wrong. So here this has to be, this has to be value. Just value. Just format this once. Let's check again. So this time I'll just give the random thing and press validate. It is giving invalid format, right? I'll just give test at test something. Validate again. We are getting invalid email format. Let me give bnmanubharadwaj@gmail.com. So valid format. Like now we are getting valid email, right? Let's check with another gauri@gmail.com. So let's click on validate. It is showing us valid email, right? So everything is working properly. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching.